All right, guys, so we're going to pick up part 2 for reflections. In this video, you're going to learn how to reflect over a vertical line and how to reflect over a horizontal line. Okay, we don't need line of symmetry. That's a line of reflection. Sorry about that. And a line of reflection you have in your last video is a line that we cross over in a reflection. And you already know a reflection from the last video means to flip over a line of reflection, and a perpendicular bisector is what is created when we actually perform the reflection. Okay, so here, let's try this together. So it says graph the pre-image. So I'm going to go ahead and graph my pre-image. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's -1. This is 4, -3, so that's my A, that's my B, and then my C goes right here. So here is my pre-image. And now it says reflect the pre-image over the line y equals 1. Now this is very different from the last video because now we got to follow some instructions. We have to go to the y-axis and go to the number 1. That's the y-axis, and I'm at the number 1. Now I need to draw the line through there, through y equals 1. So I'm going to draw the line through y equals 1. And I'm going to write that, y equals 1. And this is my line of reflection. Now, there is no rule for when we have y equals something other than the we don't have a rule. So if it's not on the y-axis, then we can't use that rule where we knew to keep the y the same but take the opposite of the x. So now you have to actually do some math. You have to do some counting to get A prime. So we're going to go to the graph and we're going to count now. So I see that I'm 1, 2 spaces from my line of reflection. So I need to go 1, 2, and go 2 spaces above my line of reflection, and that is my A prime. So my A prime is going to be, now I need to read the graph. It is -4 and 1, 2, 3. So -4 and +3. So there is a trick to this. You might figure the math out on your own, honestly, but I'm gonna give it to you that way. Okay, so to get B prime, I need to count 1, 2, 3. Wait, I need to count, and I'm gonna do it in black so you can see how I'm counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it takes me 4 spots to get to the line of reflection. So I need to go. I'm gonna do it in black still. 1, 2, 3, 4, and that's gonna get me my B prime. You may figure out the math. I don't know. You may not. But there is a adding or subtracting you can do here. But this way, I feel like it's a little easier. So you go and read the point. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is -4. And you're going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So -4 and 5. That is my B prime. Now I need to go get my C prime. So I'm going to go and count. I am 1. Let me do that in black. I am 1, 2 spaces from my line of reflection. So now I'm going to go 1, 2, and I am 2 spaces, and that is my C prime. And so that ordered pair is -1, and then I got 1, 2, 3. -1 and 3. Now, I have extra credit for the person that can figure out actually how to get these without going to the graph. Now, you can still do it by the graph and get it right. And I'm teaching you by the graph because I know that's a bona fide way to get it right. But there is another way that you can do this. If you can figure it out, then so be it. If you can't figure it out, then just go ahead and do it the way that I'm doing it. And those are my new points. Okay, let's go ahead and go to the next one. It says graph the pre-image and label the point. So I'm going to go through my 1, 2, 3, 4, -4 and 1, and then -4, -3, 1, 2, 3, and then -1 and -1, and that's my C. Okay, that's my pre-image. And now my line of reflection is x equals 1. So that means I need to go to the x-axis, put a dot right there. There is 1. Now I need to draw my line, and this line is going to be a vertical line through x equals 1. Okay, there we go, there we go, there we go. All right, and that is my line of reflection, and it is at x equals 1. Now what I need to do is I can count again, and I said I have extra credit for the person that can figure out how to do this without actually having to count with the line of reflection. There is a way to figure it out. So I'm going to start with C first. I am 1, so I'm going to draw my dots. I'm 1, 2 spots away from my line of reflection. So that means I need to go over 1, 2 to get my C prime. So there's my C prime. To get B, so that means the answer to C prime, that ordered pair would be 1, 2, 3. So 3 and -1. So we get 3 and -1. So let's go do B now. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spots from my line of reflection. So now I need to go 1, 2, well, let me put a dot there so you know I stopped there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that will become my B prime. So now my ordered pair for my B prime would be starting at the axis 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 1, 2, 3. So we get 6 and -3. And then for my A prime, I can already make a guess that since I'm going to end up changing my X value, then I'm going to make a guess that my Y value is going to stay the same. That's what I'm going to make the guess, that this is going to be -1. So we're going to see. So I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 from my line of reflection. And so I need to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. And that becomes my A prime. And my ordered pair was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and -1. So 6 and -1. You might have already figured out what's the rule without having to actually use the graph and count. But you guys, I'm not going to tell it to you. I'm going to let you figure it out on your own. But you can use the graph and count if you can't figure out what the rule is. And there's your answer. Okay, let me see if we got another one in here. Nope, no more for me to do with you. All right, guys, so knock out your homework, and I'll see you in class. We'll practice in class.